I remember back as a kid going and browsing the video stores on the weekends. Thankfully, I'm just old enough to remember how fun this experience was at a young age. The rental technologies of today are great, but they don't have the same charm that hitting the video store had. Back then, you could aimlessly browse around and see what caught your eye. Even just the artwork on the sleeve for the VHS was enough to make your judgment. One I remember seeing on the shelves as a kid quite a bit was The Howling. I was into monsters back then too, especially with stuff like Goosebumps at Easy Access. I remember being gravitated toward the artwork of the sleeve. We never rented it, but it was one of the movies that was commonplace to see in video stores. Thank God I didn't rent it either, because this would have given me nightmares as a kid back then. Holy hell. The Howling is a 1981 film directed by Joe Dante, who went on to direct other things like Gremlins and The Burbs. The plot centers around a news anchor who's the victim of an assault by a deranged man. Traumatized by the events, she and her husband take refuge at a setback camp for psychiatric counseling. Things get really weird, however, when werewolves come into the picture. I don't think I'm spoiling anything by telling you yes, there are werewolves in this movie, and they're pretty damn scary. The werewolf effects were done by Rob Bottin, who went on to do the creature effects for John Carpenter's The Thing. These are some of the best werewolf effects I've seen to date. The transformations are right up there with the work of Rick Baker for An American Werewolf in London. Anyone who knows about the work of Rob Bottin will see another superb and horrifying array of creature effects in this film. Other than that, this is something of an exploitation film. There's a lot of blood, gore, sex, and nudity going on throughout the movie. It has everything. I kinda like the psychological portrait it gives of the main character. It almost invites you to theorize that there really are no monsters here. But come on, we know better than that. This is an old classic that holds up for a lot of reasons. Fantastic effects and great monsters, but also by encapsulating all the aspects of the classic exploitation films of the times. Personally, it takes me back to the weekends I would go up to a cabin in the woods in Maine and would look around at the local stores for scary movies to rent. If you ever see this one on the shelf, give it a look.